What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. And I've had an unfortunate set of circumstances, and I now have a dead H110 Pro BTC. Not normally a problem. Hardware dies, nothing lasts forever. But this motherboard was running 13 GPUs, actually 12 GPUs. So it's kind of hard in this market, especially, to just replace a 12 GPU rig like that. If you saw one of my past videos, I did put an 8-card rig over there in the bottom of the mining closet, and it is taking up some of the slack of those 12-card rig. But then I had to find a home for some 570s. So that's what the rig was running. It was 12 570s. That means, boom, 570, 570. We got 570s, and I'm trying to find spots for them. I put a couple over there on my CPU rigs. I don't like to have GPUs inside of the CPU dedicated rigs, because without a GPU, it only charges you a penny a day on Hive. With a GPU in there, it charges you 10 cents a day, whether it's one GPU or 20 GPUs. So obviously, it's better to consolidate those down into the least amount of GPU rigs as possible. So whenever you have like a single GPU, a dual GPU, you end up paying more in fees. Obviously, that's not what this video is about, but this is kind of a video about me talking about how you keep your farm up and running if you run into hardware issues and errors, and what I do and what I am actually doing. So a big thing is actually getting like old, cheap computers. So what I mean by that is I used to have a bunch of them, and I actually sold them off. I wasn't thinking, but old Dell like Optiplexes, the full ATX style cases, I gave a Lenovo to my brother. But you can, a lot of times on like Facebook Marketplace, you can pick those bad boys up for like 50 bucks or less, and you can slap a card in them and get them up and mining. It gives you a spot. And then you can actually put a splitter in one of those and run 4 or even 6 graphics cards off of them. So I do have a 6-card, one of the carbon mining splitters coming in, and I'm going to be building out a 6-card rig, or a couple 6-card rigs with some of the cheap motherboards. So that's kind of where I'm at currently, because I am not paying these prices that people want for these H110s. It's getting ridiculous. Let me bring up an H110 right now on eBay. So right now, if I wanted to get an H110 Pro BTC, they're going for 4, 350, 500, 500, 7, 600, 400. These are old motherboards. These prices are insane. Please don't pay $400 and $500 for a motherboard. If you do, that you need to be on latest gen, cutting edge, 12900K with like integrated water blocks. Not just an old wore out mining motherboard, because a lot of this stuff is getting older, especially if you're buying used hardware. They may not have a lot of life left, and it's odd, but I'm curious, does anybody else out there have H110 Pro BTCs that have died on you? This is my second one that's died. Second, yes. I have another one up here. I put it back in the box. It's obviously out of warranty. These things are super old. I don't even know if they make them anymore. But I can't bring myself to throw it away, because I paid so much for that daggone board, and I didn't even pay anywhere close to 500 bucks. Back in the day, 2, 3, 4 years ago, H110 Pro BTCs could be picked up for $100 or less, and now they're going for 5 and 6 times that. So there are creative ways to mine. I did show you guys a way to get into mining with those Razalus motherboards if you wanted to spend around $300-ish, give or take. But I think the upcoming video about doing splitters on a budget style pre-built is going to be right up a lot of people's alley. And there is something to be said with not running crazy high GPU count rigs. And what I mean by that is there's some motherboards that support, you know, north of 12 GPUs. So there's some pros and cons there. Obviously, consolidating a lot of GPUs onto one rig, that means you pay less fees if you're running on Hive and some other softwares. But if that rig goes down, a lot of GPUs go down. And I like to tell people a good happy medium is like a 6 to 8 card rig. So if you have like 12 GPUs, it's split up into 2 6-card rigs. If one of them goes down, you're only down about 50% of your hash power, assuming what kind of cards you have in there. I'm sorry this video ended up kind of being like a ranty video. This is just me, a little bit of behind the scenes. So I currently have 1, 2, 3 GPUs that are not running at the moment, and I don't have a place for them until I get my hands on some more motherboards and stuff. At the moment, there's nowhere to run them. I already contacted some people on Messenger or on Marketplace, and I was talking to them on Facebook Messenger, so should be picking 2 of those up tomorrow. And my carbon mining splitters should be coming in sometime this week. The shipping on those has been a little slow, but yeah, so that should be 2 6-card splitters and 2 one of them is like a HP pre-built and the other one's a Dell. So that means that should take up the slack of 12 cards right there. And then I just added the 8-card board. That should open up me about 9 slots. And then obviously I'm just gonna power those with server power supplies. So yeah, but anyway guys, I'm gonna hop off here. If you like some of this kind of background, behind the scenes kind of talk, let me know, and I can do it more often, especially when I run into issues. I feel like a lot of people don't always talk about when they have problems, you know? Does that make sense? It's not all rainbows and butterflies. I was north of 3 gigahash, like 3.1. Now with the stuff that's been going down, obviously I'm moving cards around, so some stuff's not exactly stable. I've only been able to average about 2.8, 2.9, which, you know, boo-hoo, oh, cry me a river, Brandon, you know, you're down a couple hundred megahash, but hey, being down a couple hundred megahash hurts just as much when you're at 3 gigahash versus 500 megahash. It's all the same. If you're down hash, you're down hash, and you know what I'm talking about. I've been there when I'm at, you know, 300 megahash, and you go down 200 megahash, it hurts. And it hurts right now too. So, yeah. Man, these fans just seem super loud. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. Y'all have a good night. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.